And I hope the snow isn't coming down too hard for you if you live in the Northeast, where you're supposed to be getting pounded any minute. But that's not the purpose of our rant today. Where's Waldo? You know, who's Waldo? When the Secretary of Defense, which is the highest ranking official in the United States government, responsible for overseeing the defense, who is the key person advising the President of the United States, goes MIA, missing in action, you would think there would be bells ringing all over the country. Hello, everybody. My name's Stuart Brisgell. That's David Solomon. We bring you unfiltered, uncensored conversation on a wide range of topics. This podcast is dedicated on giving opinions, sharing thoughts, experiences, and ideas from a variety of perspectives, without pre-recording, without editing. Join us live as we dive into the latest news, pop culture, and so much more. Welcome. This is what we do. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the discovery and exploration of some pretty crazy stuff that the news just keeps missing. David, when Jake Sullivan doesn't know where his left hand is, and the president doesn't know where his right hand is, I gotta wonder, are they both holding their Peters or what are they doing? Because they really are two clueless men. And you want to know who's Peter? Well, Peter Pumpkin Eater is a guy by the name of LLoyd Austin. LLoyd Austin is an extremely well-decorated military strategist who has worked his way up the ranks over decades, who should be a very consistent person. He is the retired U.S. Army four-star general who is serving the 28th Secretary of Defense since the 22nd of 2021 of January. Before military from 2016, he was the 12th commander of the United States Central Command that he started in 2013. The guy's 70 years old, and he's from Mobile, Alabama, where you think there might be a person with some sort of rocket behind him to let everyone know that he isn't going to blow up. But again, where would experience come? Head of CENTCOM. Now, you in Canada, you got Pierre Trudeau, you've got the RCMP harassing news people, but the news people in the United States, they're not being harassed. They're just ignoring the facts. This guy, who is the right hand for every nuclear button that's going to be pressed, is MIA. David, come on, man. You always say blame the United States. You got crazy shit in Canada, but this is a crazy thing in the United States. I can't begin to tell you how insane this is.
Well, first of all, we got insanity everywhere.
Yeah.
But let me start by saying that, when, in case you haven't noticed, since 2022, Russia has attacked Ukraine. Since October 7th, 2023, the Houthis have been attacking the boats in the Red Sea that belong to the United States and our allies. Hezbollah is attacking Israel. Hamas we know what they've done. And Secretary Austin has been quite visible. As the Secretary of Defense, he's been quite visible on all of these matters. And both Jake Sullivan, who's a national security advisor to the President of the United States, they've been present. I mean, the world is in chaos. The United States is under attack, not literally in terms of a war on U.S. soil, but when Iran and their proxies fire rockets on ships belonging to the United States and other assets belonging to the United States and pirates, that's a war. And all of a sudden, as of practically New Year's, Secretary Austin has disappeared. Now, unfortunately for him, he was treated for prostate cancer at Walter Reed. It's an unfortunate situation. Our best wishes for his speedy recovery, of course, are there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about someone who, in the middle of a crisis, disappeared. Now, his staff claims that they knew. but his staff weren't around.
Well, is that a cover up? His staff
No,
didn't know.
no,
The
no, no.
guy's
I don't care.
AWOL.
But
AWOL. U.S. military has a code of conduct. It's called AWOL. And when you're reporting to your senior person who's the president of the United States and you don't report it, if you are any other rank in the U.S. military, you are by defact AWOL. There's a constitutional rule that he has to. It's not that he should, he shall, and he did not. So the question is this guy capable of running the U.S. military for the president
we're not.
of
But
the
it's
United
not.
States?
But Stuart. We're not talking about that part. What we're talking about here is incompetence in leadership. And what we're talking about here is in a time of crisis, when the United States is under real duress and attack, and your SecDef disappears. And yeah, he transferred his duties supposedly at the end of December, but then again on January the 2nd to his deputy, Kathleen Hicks. Great. But the President of the United States and Jake Sullivan apparently were not aware. They weren't aware. And the President of the United States gives the final word on anything. And all of a sudden, the person that
Well,
you put in responsibility. Hold on.
I got to correct. I got to
Whoa, no,
correct
no,
you.
no,
The
Stuart.
president of the United States should.
Stop. You're don't do that. We know Joe Biden is one of Jim Henson's Muppets. We know that he's not right now ruling the Oval Office. But somebody tell me if this is the man who's the leader of the free world and nobody knows where his, or almost nobody knows where Secretary Austin is. That's scary. Okay.
You know, when you got a geriatric guy running the White House and you got a near geriatric guy, head Secretary of Defense, who mysteriously disappears and is AWOL, it's kind of not comical, but it is like the Henson the Muppet Show
Well,
because this is a joke. This is
it,
supposed to be the leader of the free world says, no big deal. I get missing all the time. I don't remember where I was 10 minutes ago. I don't remember what I said. It's going to be a bigger teleprompter. It's crazy.
This is not the comedy hour. This is a serious issue, though. Okay.
It
Because
is.
I'm sorry to say,
agree.
is that, you started by saying the insanity. And of course, the mouthpiece for the Democratic Party, i.e., MSNBC and the rest of those liberal media hacks, continue to, no, they cover up. They're covering up. They're not reporting the truth. Yes, NBC has talked about it. Reuters has talked about it. ABC has talked about it. But they're all spinning it as if, don't worry, Biden's got it all under control. I'm sorry, folks, but that is not what's going on right now in the Oval Office. The United States cannot afford right now a misstep. Can't. Sorry. And here is trying to spin it in such a way. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Hey, hold on. We've got the United States was calling for airstrikes while Austin was in the hospital. And Biden didn't know where he was. Like Jake Sullivan didn't know where he was. I'm sorry. Do you understand why the world has no confidence in the United States right now? When they tried to create an alliance, Stuart, while you were away, they tried to organize an alliance to protect the ships crossing through the Red Sea. And the governments from a variety of countries said, absolutely not. We have no faith in the United States leading this alliance. Well, here's proof why.
What I'd also find amazing is, you're going to get mad that I'm going to use this statement, maybe not. Rules for me, but not for thee. Again, another example of any other person in the military who would be AWOL to a senior reported person. It's not his staff's responsibility, it's his obligation. Obligation is a lot different. He shall, not he should, His staff doesn't have the obligation. So is Lloyd Austin going to fire his complete staff? Is Biden going to fire Lloyd Austin?
No.
Clearly, the man is sick and we wish him well. But you know what? You're 70 years old and you're sick and you can't show up for work where your job is so critical to the infrastructure of the world because you're representing the military arm of the US president. Come on, man. You started with Barack Obama. I think you got too used to hanging out in Hawaii and forgot
Well,
what CENTCOM was all about.
look, Stuart. It's to me the scary part is, yes, I understand wholeheartedly you were sick. This is a private matter. I get it. I'm a private guy. I don't reveal my health issues or anything to anybody. This is me. I get it. But when you took the oath, you have a responsibility to the president of the United States and all of the, all of the key people. And yeah, and he says, "Oh, listen, I could have done a better job ensuring the public was improperly informed. I commit to doing better." Another bunch of crap. But Stuart, you know what the media focused on? You know these liberal media focused on?
What, Biden
Sorry.
on vacation in the Bahamas, got a good
No,
tan?
no. His January 6th speech. Because you see, Biden went out and decided to shred a new one on the MAGA Republicans, the threat to democracy. That's all he focuses on.
You know what MAGA means?
Leave it alone. Yeah, I get it. But what I'm trying to say is, instead of the media, once again, holding the president accountable, they let it go so that on Monday, when he did his address, because he was courting the black vote and he's trying to do all these things and he's trying to show everybody he's strong. Instead, he goes out and the media wants to focus on his, insurrection speech. This is to show you how twisted things are. We're in a massive crisis. The US, the West, free people, whatever you want to call it, we're under attack. And instead of saying to the president, "I'm sick, I need to step aside to take care of myself," Jake Sullivan, here's my second in command, or find somebody else to take over while I'm away. I will come back stronger and better than ever. But ladies and gentlemen, I cannot perform my duties.
If Esper or McCarthy didn't show up for work, every Democrat would be calling for the resignation of Donald J. Trump.
Stuart, they did. Okay. Every time he took a crap, they wanted to resign.
No, that's his Secretary of Defense. That's his
But I'm saying
Secretary of Defense.
what I'm saying is that listen. I'm not saying Trump is great, and I'm not saying Obama or whatever. The problem here is that the leader of the free world, in a time of, we haven't been in this kind of crisis since the Cold War, and here you don't even know your SecDef is missing. Like, that's the problem. How much confidence are you putting with Ukraine right now, Israel, your NATO, other allies? Is there any wonder more and more people are now feeling disillusioned than ever before?
Good question. You know what, David? It's just a banana republic. What do you want me to tell you? But it's still a republic. Any last words, David?
It doesn't matter if it's a republic. What it is anarchy. What it is a joke. Right now, there is no leadership in the United States. And I'll tell you something, and I'll quote Nikki Haley, or I won't exactly quote her or whatever. When she says it's time for change, enough with the drama. It's not only Trump she's talking about. It's Biden. Enough with the drama, enough with the crap. It's time for serious change.
Happy with that ending, David?
Sure. What the hell?
Good. Thank you for joining today's episode. We hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you'll catch us on some more podcasts on any of your verticals, whether Spotify, YouTube, wherever. Facebook, well, they don't like us so much most of the time. We appreciate your support and hope you'll join in next time. Another thought-provoking conversation as I cattle prod the media networks every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. In the meantime, keep following us, keep ranting. David, say goodbye.